Hey guys, this is my Paperblanks journal. If you look back in my videos, this journal actually used to be red with gold trim, and I did a little DIY to it. And I will say up front that the Paperblanks journals are all masterpieces, and they're all artistically beautiful, and they don't need to be DIY'd. This was just sitting on the shelf in front of me, and the red color was clashing with the scheme of, kind of like my, the vibe that I have here on my desk was sort of evolving over time, and the red was just clashing, and it was eking at me. And I didn't want to get rid of this journal because I've had it since the very beginning of collecting and sampling fountain pen inks. I didn't want to redo the entire book, so I figured, why not just paint it? I don't know. DIYers and crafters, you'll understand the theory behind this. Like I said, I am a fan of Paperblanks, and these other ones that I have will never be touched. They're gorgeous all on their own, and this one is the Black Moroccan, and I love the dark vintage aesthetic of this one. This just has some writings in here that's very personal. I will not, well, maybe another day, but definitely not now. And this was also one of my first purchases from them. This is the Olive Fairy. This has tons of poetry in here. Some of it I share on my Instagram. You can read through the feed if you want. Anyway, I love this one. And this one is actually a little hard to get your hands on. I've tried to buy a few more copies of it at different times just to have it, because I just love the gilded fairy on here. It's just so pretty. But it sells out, so it's a little hard to get your hands on. Oh, by the way, these are all the 7x9 size. And this is the 5x7 midi. I also bought the Olive Fairy in the smaller size. So what I did with this, because it was a darker red color, I just did a coating of gesso over it to prime the book so that the red wouldn't show through. And then I took some of this alchemy wax. I have all these different colors from different projects from the past, and I used it comes either in a tin or the tube. I find it's I don't find any difference in the product. So I buffed on the peacock on the book. I took a little less care on the back, but and then I buffed aged brass in certain spots just to give it a weathered, textured. Sorry if that's blinding in the light. It might be causing a little bit of a glare, but just to give it a sort of like weathered feel and aesthetic. And now I'm much happier with the cover. Just the red just wasn't vibing with me. It's just the thing. And I could have, did I say this before? I don't know if I'm repeating myself. I could have just purchased another book, but I had so much content in here. I wanted to keep this book as is. So, and this is how I logged the inks in the beginning. I was just doing in color order of what I had. But then I started adding to my collection, and then I just started, splatting the colors just to see them, because they're pretty, and we just like to look at our inks, right? And I keep them in, I swatch my colors in different areas. I swatch them in the paper blanks. I keep them logged in the paper blanks. I also swatch them on Rhodia paper and Smoey River paper because there is slight differences in shading, sheening effect that you get from this paper to Smoey River paper for sure. But here's just some more ink splots. Then I was running the colors on the edge. These are all of the blues. I need more mid-range blues. These are a bunch of my greens. Okay, anyway, then I started logging them by ink manufacturer. So I have my diamines on a couple of pages. Actually, I meant to say I only have one. I have lots of samples too of inks, but I didn't want to put the sample inks in with the inks that I own full bottles of. So samples are kept at a different section. And Late Artisan, because I'm a fan of those. Monteverde. You get the idea. And Robert Oster has probably the biggest section here because those are the inks that I own most. I love the colors, the shading. They're one of the most consistent. And a lot of the colors are just very cool. They have very cool names, so there's that. And another recent favorite is Vinta. And the next video that I post will be about Vinta inks, so you can look forward to that. So when you're looking at your journals, they don't have to, you can DIY your journals if you're not happy with the cover. I'm not saying repaint the paper blanks because this was like a special DIY, and like I said, they're all artistically beautiful, and I really wouldn't mess with them, but I did mess with this one, so I'm sorry to the paper blanks people, but I do love this journal. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up and get on to the next video. I'll see you guys again soon. Thanks. Bye.